Welcome everybody to a special edition of The Watch List right here on the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose. The Watch List, of course, is a show I do with my co-host Chewy, where we review all the shows, movies, documentaries that get released on streaming every week. Give you best recommendations. You guys know what you guys should be watching and avoiding on the small screen. But I get a chance to see The Acolyte, which is something I probably would have reserved for our Sunday show of The Watch List. But I figured I'll start a little bit early. Star Wars is a big property. I got to see in a big theater. So why not give it a little more personal review, if you was, if I normally do movie reviews along with the watch list. So if you guys want good recommendations, again, check us out on Sundays. We go over everything that gets released on streaming. So if you're not sure what to watch, this is what we're here for. We watch all the shows, even the shitty ones, so you guys don't have to. So that being said, the Acolyte here. This is of course the newest, Star Wars show, and Star Wars has been very divisive to say the least amongst the fans. You get your diehard fans; they're gonna like anything that Lucasfilm turns out, because the Star Wars fans, and I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm not ridiculous Star Wars fan. I know people, they like it all. I know people on the other side of the spectrum that are really hating what's been going on. I've been kind of in the middle, I guess. I've liked a couple things in Mandalorian, of course, early Mandalorian. I've liked and really enjoyed Andor. I thought that was really good, but the rest of them really have a hit, and some of them have been just bits bad. But overall, it's just, I'll say mediocre, and maybe I'm being nice with that. Overall, maybe it is bad. But that being said, new show, I'll give it a shot because I am a Star Wars buff, so why not? This one, of course, caught my interest because it seemed a little bit different, and particularly with the story here, where we're not focusing on Skywalkers and familiar characters throughout. Finally, right? I've been begging Star Wars to kind of branch out from what we know. It's a big galaxy spanning thousands of years. So this one, of course, taking place about 100 years before the rise of the Empire, if I'm not mistaken. And we focus on a young girl who's an assassin working with a mysterious presence who they haven't revealed yet, who has been trained in the Force per se. She's not really a Sith, I don't believe. She's obviously not a Jedi. And she's out there trying to kill a certain Jedi who I guess is still responsible for her family dying, of course, and whatnot. And the Jedi is sent in to investigate after she does kill one of the Jedi. And lo and behold, they discover that there is a former Jedi who quit the order, who happens to be her twin sister, of which she's unaware that she even has a sister that's still alive. She was presumed dead, but now her sister's out there on killing Jedi. So she gets involved, obviously, with a few Jedi to hunt this girl down. And that's kind of the basic premise. I was able to watch the first two episodes on the big screen. So listen, there's a lot of potential here, and I'm not gonna go as far as to say this show is good or this show is bad. I haven't seen enough. Only two episodes. I think the first one's about 40 minutes. Second one's about 30 some minutes, more or less. So not very long. I think it's supposed to be an 8-episode run. Generally speaking, with Marvel and with MCU, both Disney brands, that their shows don't tend to end well for the most part, with a few exceptions. So I'm hoping this isn't a fault on it, and I'm hoping that there's enough here to develop the story and give us some cool visuals and in a much better way that I'm used to. But as far as the first two episodes, listen, it's a mixed bag. It really is. There's some cool stuff in there, and there's just some garbage in here. It just is. I'm sorry. The main actress, I don't know, inconsistent to say least. It's almost laughable sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Dialogue is wonky and ridiculous. Some of the situations are just like, I don't want to get too spoilery, but listen, one of the Jedi who died kind of kills himself. And listen, if he wanted to kill himself, he could have done that many times over. Why wait to shoot someone, the assassin arise, quote unquote, because she has to kill him in a certain way. Gives him an option to kill himself, and he takes it. It's stupid. It's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense at all. And this is an escape of some, let's say, a prison ship or whatever. That's ridiculous, and there's one guard for all these dangerous. It's just a lot of stupid, silly shit going on. It's kind of frustrating because could be an interesting story here overall, just bogged down by bad dialogue and shitty writing. But by that same token, yes, there is some cool stuff in there, a lot of potential, because it's more Jedi focus, which I personally like. Lightsabers, all that good shit, no doubt. There's a couple of fight scenes here, and those, I think, opinions on that are gonna vary. I wasn't high on it, particularly both fight scenes were more hand-to-hand combat for the most part, and it's very Matrixy, and which is kind of ironic since Carrie Ann Moss, who, of course, Trinity, she's in the first scene, the first fight scene, all that, and it really seemed like I was watching the Matrix, which is cool. I love me some Matrix, but it doesn't fit Star Wars, and the choreography seemed very calculated, slow. It seemed kind of unnatural. A lot of wire work that sometimes I kind of laugh at. Sometimes I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool, but I wasn't getting into as much as I think they want the audience to. And some people may really enjoy it. More power to you. But I felt it a little inconsistent. I just wasn't buying it quite yet. That may change as we get some cooler characters down the road. But again, it's one of those where like so far, middle of the road for me. I'm not ready to say it's good. Not ready to say it's bad. I know a lot of people are gonna hate it because I get it, and so you can see it already. I'm sure you've seen a lot of videos. I know I've seen videos and articles about the diversity of the cast, and and some people are gonna hate that, and Disney's gone woke, and they're more interested in identity politics. And I don't think I fully agree with that. There's some truth to it. But at the same time, there's a lot of negativity there. They're just gonna hate the show because of it. That's not a reason to hate the show. I could sit there and say, fine, Disney's gone woke. Agreed. That doesn't make the show bad. But on the other side, I see a lot of reviews and a lot of reactions that saying, oh, the diverse cast, they love a diverse cast. Diverse cast does not make a show good either. So you got idiots on both sides. I want to be in the middle, right? I can recognize that, yeah, I can understand what people say it's woke. I appreciate a good diversity, but that doesn't make the show good or bad because it is. And as a Latino, there's no diversity in this damn show. There is not. I'm sorry to tell you. I know we got Pedro Pascal, Diego Luna, of course, who's Mandalorian and Andor, but this show has African American, those LGBT, whatever. It's a trans person in here and all that great stuff. Asians, wonderful, but the largest minority group, Latinos, not one represented in this whole show, and we are by far the largest minority group and by far the most underutilized race in Hollywood. So I don't want to hear shit. Only I can complain. Anybody Latino I can complain. Anyone else, y'all getting your due. Okay, so Star Wars, give us a little more love and just on the side. But that being said, this show's not good or bad because of it. I'm just kind of being facetious here. But ultimately, as far as the show, it's fine. It's okay. It's a mixed bag. There's good and bad stuff here. I'm curious to see how this thing ends, and I can see the show being divisive again for various reasons. Some of the audience that I spoke to kind of really liked it a lot. Some of them didn't, which is kind of par for the course, which is disappointing. If you're really looking forward to the show, I can honestly tell you, get excited. I can say maybe. That's the best I can do. For me, it was just okay. And I'll continue watching, and hopefully it gets better. I'll see. That being said, The Acolyte, check it out. Of course, it's dropping on June 4th on Disney+. When you guys watch it, do you guys agree, disagree? Fair enough. Comment below, let me know. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and watch TV and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.